FTBP. Media's just for you and me.
You sure looking good tonight, baby. I just wanna make sweet love to you tonight, baby. Come on. If you don't mind, let me tell you.
Hey there, sexy lady of my dreams. Can I have you here with me? I just wanna love you down. Yeah. I'm making you scream my name. Oh, loving your body. I'll be kissing your body, and I'll be caressing your body. Oh, baby, just come on. Loving your body. I'll be loving, feeling your body. I'm gonna touching your body all night, baby. Now I'm about to fulfill your fantasy. So come a little closer, bring your body to me. I'm trying to take my time, I won't rush at all, 'cause you deserve the best. I'm gonna love, I'm gonna kissing your body until the morning comes. Caressing your body, oh baby, just come on. Loving your body, let me feel your body, and I just wanna touching your body. If you don't mind, baby, let me love. Loving your body, I just wanna kissing your body. Don't stop me, baby, kissing your body. Oh, baby, come on. And let me feel your body. Please, baby, touching your body. Baby. La 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 la. Oh, baby. Please. Oh, please, baby. We gonna get it on tonight. Let's get it on. Kissing your body all night, baby. Kissing your body, oh baby. Don't stop long. Loving your body, just let me love. Feeling your body, I just wanna touch your body. You all night long. Come on. Loving your body, wanna do it again. Kissing your body, I wanna do it again. Kissing your body, I just can't get enough of you, baby. Feeling your body, touching your body. I just wanna feel you tonight, baby. Makes me love. If you don't mind, sip a little wine, sip up and don't mind. Spend a little time. Ooh, I wanna make sweet love. Ooh, I wanna make sweet love. Ooh, I wanna make sweet love.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get
down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson, in the building on a Tuesday. Tuesday back in the building. I feel a little stretched out, man. I am. I thought I was going to get a day off yesterday. Riis, you saw I didn't get a day off yesterday, right? Like Riis, no rest for the weary. But I ain't gonna even trip, man, because I was just thinking, this has been a blessed year for all purposes and intents, so I ain't got no complaints. But I'm gonna tell you, it is Tuesday, February 1st, the first day of a new month. Dag nabbit, that means it's ding, dang, dong, payday. Grr! Hoy, matey. It's like you want to start the week. You know what? I might have to change it to the 30th, man, just so I could start my new month off on a happy spirit. But actually, I'm not even tripping. It's all good. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler. Riis, you look a little tanner. Are you a little? Man, I thought I was gonna have to send the troopers for you yesterday. I saw your distress signal a little late. I was like, man, brother, how you now, Riis? You know you cannot ask nobody to pick you up from O'Hare. It ain't you can't. Like, real talk. Here go the thing. Like, if somebody say the O'Hare flights you can always find a cheaper flight to O'Hare from O'Hare. You always can. You always you always can find a cheaper flight from O'Hare and a good airline too. Like, good airline. You know what I'm saying? Like, the good stuff is at O'Hare. Like, if you get to O'Hare, it is a lot to do at O'Hare. They done upgrade. I ain't gonna trip. Both of the airports have definitely modernized. Shout out to Jamie Riis at the Department of Aviation. Cause they done got the airports be cracking now, man. In a minute they gonna have a club up in that son of a gun. Them bars that be down the middle of the thing, they be packed. You be like, can I get a dag, man? Excuse me. It's COVID around this month. But anyway, Riis. So when you take the flight, let me tell you the other part. You usually can get somebody to take you there, right? Because you in the car, you talking to them, you know, they But the concept of going all the way out to O'Hare to pick up somebody, and you got to drive out there by yourself, and you be like, because once you pass, like, the interchange downtown, especially if you coming from out south.
But they was out west, though.
Then that means you got to go up to 294, then take 294 all the way over. And then all that time you be thinking, and you know, and if it's anywhere during the nighttime, like, cause that once you get past 25th in that little some kind of, and the Austin, any of that, from Austin to, man, Joe, you know what I'm talking about. You gotta get back Austin till you get to the other express. You gotta get to like Wolf Road or some craziness. And then all that time you sit there, you like, I'm gonna go. I should have never said. So. And so, let me just tell you, if I go to O'Hare, matter of fact, if I go to the airport at this point, it's just have the Uber, call the Uber, have the Uber waiting. And now a lot of them just sit over there, so it don't really take that long. But I saw your distress signal a little late. When I saw you was already on the train or whatever you was doing. So I was like, all right, well, he made it safe. I'll make sure y'all good. What's up, Riis? DJ Riis the Ruler, back after some stamps in the passport, back in the building. You got state stamps, dog. I ain't even tripping. Riis the Ruler, tell the people how you feeling this morning.
You know, I'm blasted by the best. You already know the rest, man. I'm glad to be back. It was feeling good in Arizona, I ain't gonna lie. And what was crazy, that the first day I ended up getting some sleep because I didn't get no sleep Friday night. So I got some sleep Saturday, so I didn't even see the sun Friday or Saturday in Arizona. But when I did, I was like, oh my, it was like 72 degrees out there, man. It felt amazing. Then I come here.
It's a cold 72 though.
No, not really. Like at nighttime, like you need a jacket. But other than like in the daytime, oh man, the sun beaming on you, nice look. I was like, okay.
It's a lot of Chicagoans down there.
Oh yeah. Like I went to a spot and there was like a Chicago takeover. He was like, oh my God, it's like Chicago. It was a lot of shit. Like half the club was Chicago. I was like, this is crazy. There's so many people in. But it was good though, man. It was good to to like get out and do something, see some family. I saw my cousin that I don't see too often down there. We watched Jimmy Garoppolo blow it, and then that was it, man.
What y'all say?
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
That was, yeah, man, I'm telling you.
I mean, I knew he wasn't gonna win though. I was just, I said that I was just cheering for him.
It was Colin's revenge, man. Colin's revenge. Y'all just played Colin. San Francisco was like, first of all, let me do this. Let me commend the NFL, because this has been the most exciting playoffs that I've seen in at least the last 10 years. At least. I mean, every game is down to the wire. I ain't gonna lie. I really was fired up for Cincinnati. I really was. And I know I'm not supposed to root against the mulatto quarterback. My bad. I had to lighten him up. I had to cream him up a little bit if I was gonna talk about him. But it's just like I love how they let me not say I love. I enjoyed LSU. I enjoyed the LSU team with Joe Burrow and all of those receivers. Remember when they had them all, and then to see them be able to play again together, right? Like the picture with Joe Burrow and his linemen. And they was in college going to the to the national championship. And now that same lineman is got him on the shoulders. Now, I really didn't like the white boy on the shoulders. I really wish he could have been flip-flop. But I really like that, man. And then Jamar Chase, you know what I'm saying? Like, they played together in college, and then they put that squad back to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like that story. And I was just thinking about my man, Icky. Cause man, the Icky Shuffle, they need to bring it back, man. They do too much now. Remember, Icky was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, boom. Yeah, man, the playoffs was good, and I had the hey man. The Rams only came on in the last few minutes, man. As I said on my Facebook post, the Rams are still soft as cat. You know that's how they say it out west. They be like, man, he's soft as cat. Anyway, great NFL playoffs. I enjoyed them. Me and my son man, it was good to be able to sit on the couch with my son and watch the
It was on your birthday, man.
I know.
What you do is that what you do on your birthday?
Mm-hmm. You know what? Me and my son had, he had 2 games. They split.
I split them.
Man, dog. I wanted them to beat. They lost the last game by 2 points, and it was really, you know how you just don't like the other team? Like, just like, they were like a group of, they had like 6, 8. Ooh, and then they had, so their game was really like the live. And like my son's team is like, they mix size, right? But it was like, these were the type of young white gentlemen who was like, they were almost making a mockery of the game, right? They had all came in with T-shirts like wife beaters and stuff, and they drew the numbers on, like with marker, and they just, I mean, it was really, and it was like, but they were so big, we thought we was getting ready to get ran. And after the first, like, dude tried to hit the tip dunk. When he missed the tip dunk, then our boys was like, hold on. We ain't finna. And then I saw my son do They won by 2 points, man. It made me so mad. It was so mad. And it was like, well, anyway, Reese, so I did that, and then I watched the playoffs with my son. And then Carrie and I chilled. You know, we went out to dinner. We went to Maple and Ash on Saturday night with my family. And I just, you know, I mean, I felt like that was like really my birthday dinner. We was chilling. You know what I'm saying? They made it real nice. My granddaughter was kicking it. Right? I bet if she was kicking it. She was having a good old time. I was having a good old time. I think, though, I ate something that made me, I've had an allergic reaction to. So I got a little, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it away. I got a little allergic reaction, so I'm trying to just get it under control. You know what I'm saying? But something, I don't know what it was, man. I think it could have been I think it's the crab rice or something. I don't know, man. That wasn't from, anyway, great dinner, great time with the family, and then just chilled. And I was, I did not get an opportunity to go to the memorial for my man, DJ Eddie Acid, who I know impacted a lot of lives, impacted mine tremendously. The reason I went to jail the first time. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Anyway, rest in peace, Ed, and shout out to everybody who went to the memorial. All right, Reese, it seems like we here. There will be no Ruthie today, so let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. Let's get it up, and away. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show. I want to thank everybody for the birthday cards, wishes, cash, gift cards, just everything. Thank you. I even just the different people taking time out to say what's up, drop by my Facebook. Tennille tried to do me. She lost anyway, though, Reese. You know, she tried to put the photo collage, the bomb photo collage, I might add. The bomb photo collage, I might add, on her page, and she was getting all the likes, and then Carrie tried to pull it too and get all the likes on her page. But I won. But, you know, because I beat Tennille. Like, I got more birthday wishes for Tennille on my page than she did on hers. And then, do you know Tennille had the audacity to tell on me to my mom? You know when you go to Maple and Ash, they make a menu for you? And it says, happy effing birthday. And so we took a picture with it. You know, Tennille told my mom and said, Mom, Annie had your great granddaughter in the picture. I was like, you're and my mom called me on my birthday, bright and early, and was like, did you have my granddaughter? I was like, Mom, you know. She was like, it's okay. I know Tennille's just jealous. Anyway, y'all know. Thank y'all for a wonderful birthday. I appreciate everybody. Thank you. My wife with the extra practical gifts that I forgot my lunch today. I forgot to go grocery shopping, so I didn't get my lunch to use my extra. Like, my wife be coming through with the gifts, like you be talking about something like, man, I wish I had a blah, 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 blah. You be saying that stuff like a year ago. And you be like, you open up your bag, you be like, Dad. Riis, and I got a thermos too. Ha. So now I'm finna be thermosing too. Man.
Welcome to the club.
It's my club. No, I'm just playing. Riis, I'm gonna be rocking my thermos too. I'm gonna start carrying my lunch. Actually,
we gonna need it. Hey, we gonna definitely need it. I came back and looked like it's gonna be from now all the way in from this evening until the Thursday. It's gonna be like rain, then snow. So yeah, you're gonna need to put that thermos in there.
So, are you gonna troop it? You trying to troop it? You trying to make it? You think you gonna make it? Oh, I thought y'all was gonna call me with, I don't think I can make it. It's gonna be snow outside in Chicago. Because they said we only supposed to get 1 to 3 inches. Down south, if you south of I-80, that's when you get mollywopped. Hey, who got that? The kid, he going to Brother Rice. I would give him a shout out, man, but he going to Brother Rice. Now, congratulations to young Tomlin, the third. Oh, dang, Carrie. Don't be like that. I was just playing, darling. I loved my birthday post. It was wonderful. We were having a contest. I was having my own contest in my head, and I was like, dang, sorry. Look, I was looking, though. I was like, dang. Carrie was like, I got like 50, 60. I was like, dang. Just think that 60 could have went to mine. And then I could have had, right?
It be the same people sometimes, though.
I really think, like on Carrie posts, it's the people who don't want to be on my page. You know what I'm saying? You know how it be like people be like, they tell your husband I said happy birthday, right? Like,
I see what you mean, like so. But it's good though. So, but if she asks you, then it's your post too. So
it's all love. It all count, and it's like I don't be counting, but I do, right? I really don't count, but I really do. So I'm just thinking. I was thinking it was like I just added to my total, and I'd be like, all right, I feel like someone cares. It's my birthday, but everyone cares. Not everyone cares. That my family did, so it was dope. Man, Tennille, that's why I want to get in that picture box, though. Okay, let me go back. Shout out to Brandon Tomlin's son who got into Brother Rice, got his acceptance letter to Brother Rice. I saw something else somebody else wanted to announce. Y'all got to save this stuff and give it to me for Friday. How about that? How about y'all, like, literally, let's tell me some good stuff about your kids. Tell me something good, but let's tell me some good Friday stuff for real. Cause I would love, like, even if we have we should have like an email or something where you could just email them to us. We could just read them off. And then when you got something good, you could just celebrate it, right?
They can always message the Maze Jackson page, right?
They really can.
Yeah, they can just send their, hey, you know what?
I don't be looking in there sometimes, though.
I'm sure, you know.
I be like, yo, sometimes.
Tennille said.
Right. Yeah, just so, thank you. Just so, yes, there you go. I stay out the inboxes. I'll be like, I'm not going in there. I'm gonna leave it alone. Just stay over there. Yeah, man, but y'all tell me the good stuff that happens to the kids and to the family, and then tell me something good, some people to make sure some people like we like our kids could be tuning in listening to what makes them feel good too. We celebrate them. I'm happy to do it. And I did, Brandon, I saw your other comment, man. I did want to get the IDGAF. But everybody at the table couldn't eat it. So it was like you had to get everybody at the table. But I definitely will be going back to get that because that seemed like it would be super dope. All right, how about also, can I tell everybody who came out to the Black People First Party meeting on Saturday, thank you so much. Great turnout. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been nervous about doing this stuff because I was scared y'all wasn't going to show up. And to see y'all show up and show out the way I did, I want to say thank you. Please sign up for your Black People First Party organizing meeting. Our boy Devin is coordinating those right now. So please sign up for that. But thank you to everybody who came out. Make sure you got your weapon. If y'all was there this weekend, you understand. I told you, if you want to learn the game, if you got a campaign, if you're trying to put it together, come on down and join us. There is no cavalry. We got to be our own cavalry. Every Saturday, 10 o'clock. It's not 10 to 1 every Saturday. It's 10 o'clock. We try to have you out by 11:30. Now, you come back if you participate in the competition. There are incentives and all types of great stuff. So please join us every Saturday, 10 to 1. We're going to be moving it to right here at 2907 South Wabash. 2907 South Wabash. It was just great to see all the people who were willing to put it down instead of just talking about it. So let's do it. Sometimes got sold. I don't know if y'all saw that. Sometimes got sold to, I believe it's Chicago Public Media, the owners of WBEZ. I had seen a lot of collaborations between the two, and it seems like they are now, they made it official. Riis, have you heard about this stealth Omicron? Omarion is back on tour, man. They said they just found cases of stealth Omicron that someone had been tested for, and they found it 2 weeks ago, but that was too late. Stealth Omicron. Man, Joe, they about to blow me. Like, I'm really starting to, like...
Yeah, I was just, man, you know what? Sometimes I look outside and be like, man, this is like really, this is like the norm. Like it's just so crazy. We walking around. It's like a movie. Like, you walking around with mask on. Like, this is life. Like, wow.
Can't be love.
Gotta be more. Like, that's what I'll be looking like. Wow. You talking about it's your second birthday. This gonna be my third. I told you, COVID started on my birthday. The very first day that everything, March 20th, I called. That's when it was like everything on March 19th. I called. Everything was still open. I had tickets to a Wild 'N Out on March 20th.
I had 3 too. It was so January 24th to Neil's birthday, we were going to Sundance. The Sundance Film Festival, and Carrie and I, and that was before my birthday, but we wore masks on the plane when everybody else was like, what the hell are y'all talking about? And we was like walking through, and Carrie literally put on her mask, it's not you, it's me, because we were embarrassed. She was embarrassed. I was like, I don't trust none of these people. Yeah, and when we was walking through the airport, all the Chinese people got off the plane, they all had masks on, and all the Americans didn't. I was like, I'm rocking with the right? So that was 20. 21 was last year. This is 22. So it's been 3. I did not have a party because of that. I don't think we did. But I do know that it was like...
I know that 20 was like the All-Star year. So
right. That was the All-Star. Because right after All-Star...
Yeah,
that's when it popped. Because I remember Paula... excuse me. Yeah, well, this lady named Paula who tunes in every day called me to say that she came into contact with one of the players at the All-Star game, and we had just gone down to Springfield for the What's in It for the Black People bill with Cam Buckner, and we all rode the bus, and she was like, I might have it. And we was like, oh, geez. And then it was just on and popping from there. They was like, shut it down. Then I started broadcasting from the basement. Then the George Floyd joint pop. Man, so much going on. All right. Did you see the Arbery killers? Tried to get a deal to plead to a hate crime so that they could go to the federal pen, and the mom was like, let them stay in the state, and the judge said, nah, y'all got to stay at the state. That's a wonderful thing. You know what that's about, right? So if they go to, can you imagine being Ahmaud Arbery's killers in prison in Georgia, the state of Georgia? Right? Think about how many black people got to be in jail in Georgia. And you killed Ahmaud Arbery. Now, instead you say, no, please send me to the federal penitentiary in Oklahoma. Right? Judge was like, no dice. Get your butt back in the you staying in Georgia prison. So that's a great one to see. The mom was like, no. Ahmaud Arbery's mom was like, do not let them pick their own jail. It will be too much more comfortable for them to go to a federal prison. And the judge was like, you're right. Stay there. Did y'all see the story about Arnie Duncan the week of he was talking about the violence, and then there was a shooting at Chicago Cred? Does that shoot his credibility? Are we not? Am I supposed to talk about that? Am I not allowed to talk about that, or should I? Is that like I'm gonna be in trouble? But we're gonna talk about it just a little bit because, see, I feel like if you had a hand in this, you can't not claim your part if you got the. Like it'd be crazy to me sometimes how it's like, dog, you really gonna act like you don't know, like you ain't have nothing to do with this, and now you gonna be like it was all. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. Today they are raising the black flag at the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. Riis, I will not be able to be there today, but I want to see if you all can go down and please support President Carrie K. Steele and the commissioners at Water Reclamation, Barbara McGowan, Shakina Perry. The rest of the dang, y'all, please forgive me right now. I'm just saying, please go support them today as they raise the black flag on the first day of Black History Month. Hey, y'all, we need to pay attention to City Hall today. Remember this time last year, for City Hall, until we got on them, they made it all about Chinese New Year. First day of Black History Month, and everything was Chinese lanterns. So somebody needs to go to City Hall today and check it out. If they ain't learned their lesson, first day of Black History Month. Riis, last year, first day of Black History Month, guess what? Chinese, they celebrated the year of the dragon. It was the year of the rat.
Yeah, the rat.
Or the year of something. But they was support, and I was like, so it took them all the way to the middle of the month to acknowledge Black History Month, because we was roasting them every single day, Riis. Every day. Every day. Until they finally did, and then it was like halfway through the month. And we got the shortest month. Then when it was Latino History Month, it was like bang, 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 bang. Everything, everywhere. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. See who we working with here today. Everybody there? I can hear that TV in there. It's kind of loud. All right, y'all. But hold on. We get it at the break. Look. Also, is Anna Valencia in trouble? I don't know if y'all see this race for Secretary of State is heating up, and she apparently has been asked by Alexi Janulius to reveal all of the emails that she has ever sent to her regarding her husband's business. Hey, man, they be trying to be all, it's crazy. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will ask the social media question of the day. It's Maze Jackson, and we're going to welcome all of our lovely churchgoers who are probably like, what in the... Yeah, we went over time. We'll talk to y'all when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Join Mickey, Elsa, Woody, and more at Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Playing January 20 to 23rd and February 3rd to 6th at Allstate Arena. Free parking with ticket purchase.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion has to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:39 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report. And traffic is head on to the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop is 19 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 16. On the Edens inbound from Deerfield to Exchange and back will be 27 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop will be 32. Back out to Thorndale will be 44 minutes. On the Stevenson, 33 minutes from I-355 to the Dan Ryan and 31 minutes outbound. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 34 minutes, 31 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 16 minutes to the Loop, 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson and back will be 7 minutes. And from Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph will be 8. Today's weather, it is currently 37 degrees, and today will be a high of 43 with a low of 28. Winter storm warning later this afternoon. I'm Riis the Ruler, now back to the Maze Jackson Show.
To the grave, from the grave, back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha, to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha, to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha, to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha, Golgotha, to the grave, from the grave. Dear Lord, it's me again. God's gonna turn it around. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. That is Church Chicago. That is Pastor Terrence Keys. God's gonna turn it around. He gonna turn it around. What y'all know about God gonna turn it around? I love that song. Let me say welcome to all of the saints who tune in from WBGX 1570 AM. Check us out every Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 a.m., 6:30 to 8 a.m. now. That is when the Saints join us. You can give us a call at 872-259-7474. I want y'all to participate in today's show. So y'all make sure y'all get ready to give us a call. Thank you to everybody from WBGX, the Saints who tune in to on the Big Gospel Express. Lord know we don't mean no harm. That's why we get here at 6 o'clock and we stay till 9 because we got to get us a little extra blessing in. Right? We got to get a little extra in because, the sinners get here at 6. Saints, y'all got reserved pew. So y'all know y'all all good. Y'all just come straight on down to the front, Thank you to everybody who has also tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I want to turn into a YouTube star, I think, man, Facebook be banging me up. YouTube be like, hello, welcome to the world of Maze Jackson. I love the conversation. But, man, I feel like we could go to the moon on YouTube. Facebook be like, hold on, homie. You about to take off? I was looking. No, really, I was going to tell you. Did I tell you about the time the Facebook people came to me and told me, like, we was getting like 25,000, 30,000 views a day. And they was like, you're not paying for these ads. You're not paying for advertising. So you're not going to be able to keep making these type of numbers. And like within a week, we went from like 25,000, 30,000 views a day to 15. Then we went from 15 to 5. Then we went from 5 to 25. Then we went from 25 to like 1,000. And ever since then, it's been like, and it's like as soon as you hit that wall, they be like, hold it. Too many people, you can see it when you be hitting their ceiling. They be like, hold on. It's like, so, I don't know, man. Shout out to Mark. Y'all look at him, got my own social media. Because if I have my own social media platform, can nobody tell me what to do. All right, y'all. Riis, did you know that Elijah Muhammad was born in Jim Crow South, moved to Detroit, converted to Islam, and studied under Master Fard? After becoming Master Fard's representative for the Nation of Islam, he became the leader. Mentored Malcolm X, Louis Farrakhan, and Muhammad Ali. Refused induction into the military during World War II, jailed for 5 years, and is believed to be the inspiration for Muhammad Ali to do the same. Oversaw the largest growth in the history of the Nation of Islam. Established the newspaper Muhammad Speaks, a University of Islam, private elementary and high school, grocery stores, restaurants, and more. Purchased land and businesses to provide housing and employment for the members of the Nation of Islam and beyond. Authored A Message to the Black Man in America and How to Eat to Live. That is from the urbanintellectuals.com Black History Flashcard number 13, Volume 1. Bam!
See, you got you a pack, huh?
See how Riis do? See how he do? I felt like I didn't get the multi-pack. I was like, you supposed to bring me the whole thing. See, you supposed to put the whole thing, then to be on the stage, then to be like, yo. But then, and they said to remind you, and what your name is said, don't let me forget that he also only had a 3rd grade education and was able to do all of that. But again, that is from the urbanintellectuals.com Black History Flashcard number 13, Volume 1. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, October 7th, 1897 through February 25th, 1975. Riis, give me the big voice.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Where do black children get their black history? It's the first day of Black History Month, and I want to hear from you. Give me a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Where do black children get their black history? Sounds like a simple enough question. But I want you to stop and think for real. Last week we talked about when Dr. King was here, we talked about when we all had to sit down and watch Channel 11. Where you went to school and they played Eyes on the Prize. You ain't have to watch Channel 11, Reese?
Yeah, but not really like that. Like, I seen Eyes on the Prize on Channel 11, but by the time I came and saw it, we used to watch it, like, on, like, Black History Month. So it was on tape. So that's my first time seeing Eyes on the Prize. We used to see it every year, the first school day of Black History. They'll put it on in the class, you know, roll your little TV in. But, yeah. But no, we didn't really watch. Like, when I grew up, Channel 11 was like for like Barney and Mr. Rogers, and
it was still that for us. But then that night, like, well, when we came home, like, we watched Channel 7 for the most part, right? Channel 2 never came in good, and Channel 5, we ain't started messing with Channel 5 till they got the Cosby Show. But during Black History Month and during King Day, King celebrations, even before Martin Luther King's birthday was actually a holiday, we would always, like, you would be like, if, like, my old man would make us turn the channel to see what was on all the channels, so we was the remote control. And so it would be like Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 9. Then you try to turn fast past 11 to get to 32. Right? To get to the U, so then you could turn to Channel 32. And you tried to get past Channel 11 because if he saw some lions mating, you was stuck. If it was, or if it was like a black and white Black History film or something like that, you was stuck. And if you,
old TV where you only get like
it's a dial up here and a dial down here, right? And we had to turn it. You'd be like 2, 5, 7, 9. Then you tried to get the quick turn past 9 to 11 to get to the U. Because the U got you, because there wasn't nothing between 11 and 32. And so, but if he saw a flick of it, he'd be like, slow down, stop, turn it back. So you turn it back and there would go, and you'll watch Eyes on the Prize, you'll watch all the movies of all of and they wasn't Eyes on the Prize back then. Like, I feel like Eyes on the Prize was the organization of all the stuff we used to watch. It used to just be clips. Half hour here, a half hour there. But, like, you'll be like, dang. And then you have to sit down and watch it. But we watched it as a family. And then he would be like, yep, that happened or this happened. And, you know, your mom would say some stuff. And then it was almost like it equipped me that when I went to school and we saw those same movies, like, my parents had already kind of told me the real backstory, because when I got to school to see it, it would be told through the eyes of, like, imagine being in a room full of white people. You the only black person. You watch Eyes on the Prize, and then they turn the lights on. And everybody looking at you like, damn. And it's almost like you was like, man, like, you let them kick your butt like that? With all them white, you know what I'm saying? Where the white people in the class been getting told, give me liberty or give me death. John, you know, dun, 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 right? They all like, and the first time you get featured, you getting featured getting your head mollywopped.
Yep.
Right? Fortunately for me, my parents put that in perspective. And it was like embarrassing, but like instead of embarrassing, it was angering too. So it was like at a certain point when we got to a critical mass at Bolingbrook, then they didn't want to watch it because you might find yourself, white guys might get beat up. But I guess my thing is, Reese, now with the proliferation of everything, like with YouTube, families don't sit down and watch the same TV. When do kids get Black history, and where do they get it? Think about when we saw the Black History mode in Texas, and they said that the slaves were immigrants too. And who is giving black children Black history? Like, no, for real. Like,
school.
Okay, so right now, if 40% of the teachers, or no, what is it? 50, if 50% of the teachers are white, and 14% are Latin American, Latino. Who's teaching Black history to our kids? And what are they teaching?
So my question is, like, so you saying because they're not Black? I mean, it's history. It's written in books that the white man already written. So it don't even matter if a Black man teach it. He's still reading the same book. So it's kind of real easy to
That's like the Bible, huh?
to tell our history. You know, I don't think it actually deserves a color. You know, like anybody can teach. If it's history, it's facts, right? You know what I'm saying?
No, if it's history, it is perspective written by the person who won. Go ahead.
Okay, that's a good one.
So think about if you white, just think about how white people are reacting to this critical race theory. Don't make me feel bad about slavery. So now if you get to write the book and you teaching it in school, you can say you just like you okay with the Richard Irvin slavery chick, right? Yes, baby, don't you worry. When you hear me running through, right? It's like you're going to water it down to make it be like, oh, slavery wasn't that bad.
I don't think no teacher's gonna water slavery down just like they don't water the
Reese,
down.
are you Reese? So who taught you about slavery?
Probably a lot of white teachers. I probably had. I think I had a.
And that's why you don't think it's so bad. That's why you okay with the Kendrick joint.
You know what? I didn't have that many white. Now that I really think of it, I only had like 3 white teachers in like grammar school.
Who taught you Black? What do you know? Like, who taught you Black history? What's the most significant thing you think you learned in school about Black history?
The most significant.
Yeah, yep.
I mean, I don't know. I learned
besides Martin Luther King.
I learned a lot. Like we had a lady, like we used to call like the peanut lady. Like she was obsessed with George Washington Carver. So she's like we actually did like a lot in my grammar school where we did. Everybody had a person that they had to write about. Like one year I had to learn about Langston Hughes and act out Langston Hughes. So we actually, I guess like because I was in like a mainly Black school, but like that's where we get our information from. And unfortunately it do start off with slavery and then we come to, seeing dogs being bit on us. But when it like facts though, it's kind of real hard. It's kind of like I feel what you're saying.
Okay, so is Elijah Muhammad history?
Yeah.
Is he a part of Black history?
Yeah.
When has a Black child ever heard of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in school?
Probably only during Black History Month.
You think they've ever taught about Elijah Muhammad in Black History Month?
In my school, for sure. For sure. But that's now that is a good point now that you bring up. Probably something that a Black teacher would do more than any other race. They probably would like a Black teacher would probably go more out in Black history instead of what the books just give you. Like the book's gonna give you, hey, this, and this happened, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that's like Black, like it's Black History Month. You gonna learn about and they probably have put a little bit more emphasis in Black History Month, I guess, if you had a Black teacher, if you want to go that route. I could say that through my years as having more of an African American teacher during Black History Month, that they was more active than my Caucasian or any other race teacher.
So who is right now? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Who is teaching our children Black history? Where do they get their Black history from? Think about this. I just told you last year for Black History Month on the first day all the way up until the 15th, they were celebrating Chinese New Year. And then they had Chinese American Month or Asian American Month later. Again, do you think all Black children have been taught the Black National Anthem? Let me ask another one. Let me see who else we got in here.
Probably not now. Growing up, we did, though. Like we sung it. I don't even think they sing like the regular national anthem now in the schools no more.
Let me ask a question. Should every Black child know at least the first verse of the Black National Anthem?
We should.
Where do they learn that? Where would they learn that?
Their parents.
Do you think that? How many Black parents do you think know the Black National Anthem?
then their parents should have told them.
But I'm saying, so this is my point. Who if it hasn't been passed, who taught it, who teaches it? How many do you think every black child knows that there is a black national anthem?
I say about
Do you think
60.
about
60%? No,
you think 60%?
it's not
Here
really mentioned.
lift every voice.
It's not really mentioned, but I'm sure. I'm sure about 70-80% of us. I'm sure.
What percentage of black people you think? What percentage of black children right now know the black national anthem?
I gotta go like 80+.
Huh?
80+.
Oh no.
Millennials for sure know it. We for sure know it. For sure. We sung it all the time. Like
Where y'all singing at?
at school.
What school you sing the black national anthem at, Riis?
At the black schools, I'm trying to tell you, the black schools, we really sung that. Like if you went to a predominantly black school in the 90s, that they was really teaching that.
Erica, you went to a black Catholic school though. Right? Like I think you go, if you got a black teacher, I think you do. I don't know though. I don't know, where do our children learn their black history?
You know,
are there essentials? Like, should Malcolm? Let me say. I don't think I learned about Malcolm. I think I learned about Malcolm X more in college than I did in school. Like, I don't feel like Malcolm X came to prominence really until the movie, like mainstream prominence until the movie. And I don't know that I want to know who are essential to our history that we don't get taught. Because I feel like realistically, you get Malcolm Martin, you get Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
You get Malcolm Martin, you get Muhammad Ali, you get Barack Obama, right? Man, Joe, you might get like an Andrew Young.
Douglas.
Oh yeah, you get a Frederick Douglass.
Harriet Tubman.
You just now starting to get Nat Turner, right? Because so who are essential to what's essential to Black history? See, you see what I'm saying? Like and learning. So I would say the Black national anthem is integral to history. What else do we know though? Like who else should be essential history? Essential Black history. And I'm just asking you, are we even monitoring that? Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't expect that to come from my son's school, but I do ask, like, what are the essentials of Black history? What are the essentials of Black history that would make that all of our children should know? Look, I'm going to take one. How many calls we got? We got more than one? All right, we'll take this call and then we're going to go to break. Call you on the Mace Jackson Show. Where do Black children get their Black history?
Shalom, Mikey.
What's up, Jake? He going to say the book.
Hey.
Go ahead, tell me. Look in the book.
Hold on, bro. Did you say the white man wrote the Bible?
Did I? No, I didn't say that.
You can't say the white man wrote the Bible.
Did you hear me say that? I don't think I said that. I don't think I said that.
Yeah, you said you said the Bible. You was like, you know what I mean? The white man did not write the Bible.
No, I said where does the Black child get their Black history? Not the white man wrote the Bible. I didn't say that. You wouldn't get that from me. King James might have wrote his translation. But go ahead, Jake. Come on, man. Give it to me.
Even though he a brother too. They got pictures of him. But okay, the Bible is our history. First of all, Abraham was the father of Isaac. Isaac was the father of Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons, and these were the children of Israel. If we don't teach that to our kids that they are the children, that's the most important thing that they could know in their life. If all the kids in Chicago or across this country knew that they was a chosen people of the book, religions, I know y'all play with the religion thing. That's a history book. It trumps anything that happened over here in this country over the 400 years. Of course, it said that Abel let no for not surety that our seed go to a land not their own in ships, and they should afflict them for 400 years, and after 4 years, they should come out with great substance. The substance is coming out, bro. And if they don't know that, They don't know nothing. You got to get them off that pork. Everything that's written in there are dietary laws. Leviticus 11, I advise everybody to go read the whole chapter. Anything out to sea without skins or without scales, you should eat. And, of course, swine flesh should not touch. I ain't going to take up all your time, bro.
Hold on.
Thank you for letting me talk, bro.
All day. But real quick, Jake. So I would tell you that part of my travels to consciousness, or my level of consciousness, was my pursuit of a spiritual. I'm gonna use religion because that's just the easy way to do it. But really a spiritual connection. And so when I stopped eating pork, it was really based on, I was trying to convert to Islam, blah 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 blah. And then I started going to Islam. I mean to not Nation of Islam, but to actually Muslim services. And I realized that I had to embrace their history and kind of their culture to get this Muslim experience. And I think the more I hear about it, like when I hear Bob Israel and I hear people like you, I feel like
it's Leviticus 11, bro.
I'm looking for a place that we can connect. You know what I'm saying? Where black people connect. And I just think nobody teaches that history. So even as much as I feel you, bro. But Jake, my thing is this. It's not, I'm not debating you on whether it's in the Bible. I'm saying who gets it out? Who gets it out, and who are the people that even share that information? Like, I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for Brother Sadiq and Israel and people like you, I would not have ever known of, say, for instance, Hebrew Israelites, right? Which I got a lot. Man, that's a whole nother conversation. But I think there's a lot. Who teaches it? Where do they get it?
Hebrew just is a language, bro. It's a language that our ancestors. It's proven that the first church in Savannah, they got it on the pew. They wrote Hebrew script. They wrote Hebrew. You know what I mean? It's guys over in Israel now from Chicago who they archaeologists. They couldn't even know. They didn't even know. They couldn't even read some of the ancient Hebrew. That's our native language. Period. Period, bro. That's our language. That's why we use a lot of YHs, you know what I mean, on the end of our name, like Amaya or blah, 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 and this and that. And last thing, come by here. Kumbaya, come by here, my Lord. That just, you know what I mean? These are our ancestors, but they try to cut us off from our ancients. Thanks, bro. Shalom, Mikey.
Shalom, my brother. Shalom. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back after these messages. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Broken screen? Crashed system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop, located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Apply not to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Yeah.
go. Waking up to life, can't toast no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Dyke, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect, you oppressed, it's all wrong. In the mirror, realize you great. Yeah, we always argue with our brothers, but ain't nobody gonna take our place. Just stay in tune and stay on top about who forward, about who not. Just green light all the black economy. Then watch all the shooting don't stop. To my black people in power, just remember we put you in power. If you really wanna save all the black princesses, be Mario and I Bowser. They gave us a hard job. We gon' make it if we do it together. Divided we fall, we gotta evolve. With confidence, you are ready before you started. With no confidence in the people, we always gon' be defeated.
What's in it for me? What's in it for you? Who's telling the lies? Who's telling the truth? Black people realize the sun shines for you. So stop the divide. See what melanin do. What's in it for the black people? All the lies we heard before. You gotta do more than listen. Some action with on a count of three. Let's run. We're black people.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the ruler at the 7 o'clock break. Y'all get up and get ready. Y'all get ready to go to work today because you're going to have to be swimming home. Oh, no, it's not supposed to start till 8 tonight, right? It's supposed to be a little later on this evening.
Started 2, 1 o'clock.
What?
Yeah, it's projected. It's projected right now to start as early as noon. We got 30% at noon is going up. By 1 o'clock it's 70%, 70%, 3 o'clock 80, 4 o'clock 90. After that, you in it.
Well, let's see what happens, man. I got to get to the grocery store. Riis, I forgot to tell you. Ruthie forgot. She skipped out. I got to bounce out today. 8:30, man. Riis, I'm on. They about to blow me, man. And I forgot my lunch today. I'm gonna need lunch. I gotta figure this out. I wonder if I could get Uber Eats. If I could just call for Uber Eats early. I need some food. Hey, thank you to everybody who is out there circulating petitions. Please reach out to us. We need your aid and assist. It's a lot going on in the world, but the Black People First Party, y'all, we getting ready. We on something. I gotta tell you, thank you to everybody who came out this weekend. I'm super. That was man, it was dope. Actually, Riis, I was
good turnout.
Beyond good turnout, and it was kind of like we ran out of chairs.
That's a blessing.
And I didn't, I'm tell y'all, I've been nervous to do stuff because I'd be scared people not gonna show up. But people showed up. They showed out. They came back. They was doing their thing. I can't wait to see what we get this week. Don't forget, every Saturday, 10 o'clock through election cycle, because we there's a lot going on. I don't know if y'all paying attention to this ward remap stuff, but we're going to talk about that too. Let me do this really quickly.
And my boy Mike come through. You know, the one that I always say, change parties. I know he better,
Byron?
No, the what's his name? Mike Burns doing up like.
Mike Burries.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike.
He
Mike-
better come through.
Mike Bear, as much as you be talking, Mike will be there. I have no fear. Let me do this. It's from the Black History flashcard number 26, volume 1. John Horse from the 1812 to 1882. John Horse was a black Seminole leader, helped renew resistance in the Second Seminole War with 2 dramatic escapes in 1837. Served as a U.S. Army scout in Florida, helped negotiate the surrender of more than 500 Native Americans in 1838. Led the largest mass slave escape in the U.S. history from Oklahoma to Mexico in 1849 through 1850. Founded free black settlements in Oklahoma in 1849 and in Mexico in 1851. Secured communal title for the black Seminoles to their land grant in Mexico, where descendants still live today. That is John Horse from the Black History flashcard number 26, volume 1. Shout out to Urban Intellectuals. Reese, if y'all don't get that dude over here to record these things.
I was just gonna say we got to get you some background music if you gonna read it.
I mean, Reese.
I didn't know you was reading cards today.
Hey, man.
I thought we was supposed to have a guy come and record.
That's who the
See,
this, see Reese, see, Reese, Reese. I told y'all right here. You supposed to be like, man, let me get your number. Let me schedule your time. Let me book. So then when you say, hey, Maze, remember that extra hour you told me I wanted to get, right? This is what I did with it. Bam. Come on, Reese.
I get him through here, man.
Reese.
Some music in the background, make it sound more suspenseful.
Ooh. What, you got to put the jungle back there. Ooh, doom, 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 doom.
1963.
Doom, 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 doom.
You gotta
Doom,
get
doom, doom, doom. I want doom, 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 doom. I've been watching you. Oh, Jungle Love. You can't put Jungle Love behind Black History stuff, though. They'll be like, that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? What about the bird? Oh,
And they say they look at that monkeys and stuff, huh? See,
right, see, that's what I'm saying. If you went, right?
Yeah, you gotta.
That'd be terrible.
Just have a little bit. You just have a little salt. A little music that does not offend anyone. We don't want to get canceled, man. It's all right. We gotta make sure.
Least offensive music you can find.
The least, that's right. At least.
Man, Joe. Doom, 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 doom. I want the Jungle Love behind mine. Doom, 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 doom. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Reese, the ruler in the building. Do we got any more calls on the line? That's because y'all ain't got nowhere to tell me where y'all kids get y'all Black history from. Shout out to New Era Chicago. I seen y'all shooting this weekend. Now that I seen that, we going to the black shooting range too.
So now I got a question for you. So now you grew up in Bolingbrook.
Yep.
How was your Black History Month in Bolingbrook?
I
Was it acknowledged?
don't really remember Black History Month. I feel like Black History Month growing up, there's not anything that I can think of significantly that makes it stand out to me. I'm sure somewhere, like we had something, but it was probably around Martin Luther King. But I would say that Black History Month was de-emphasized, and I don't think that anybody thought really that much about it. I think realistically, Black History Month for me was, I knew it was Black History Month from Channel 11 and Channel 32. Because Channel 32 used to throw on these little vignettes, right? Like, that's where I learned about Benjamin Banneker, right? It was like these cartoons when you stayed home, and it was like a 2-minute cartoon that came on, and it was Black History Month, and that's when you learned about George Washington Carver. Like, that's really where I feel like most of my Black history really came prior to living in Bolingbrook, so up until 2nd grade. And I feel like I was almost like, I had a coloring book called Color Me Brown when I was a kid. And it still stands out to me. And it was like all the black, like that's where I first heard of Thurgood Marshall, Malcolm. It was like all of the like Fanny, like the old people. But I don't really ever honestly recall Black history except for like maybe like during the month we'd have to watch the movie. And I feel like King Day was more big than Black History Month because we were fighting to have Martin Luther King Day, right? And so it was a big old fight to have it. And I remember when we finally got it, then the Polish people was like, well, if y'all get Martin Luther King, we got to get Casimir Pulaski Day. And Illinois gave him, that's how crazy it was. Like, but I feel like most of my Black history stuff really wasn't, it was more around Dr. King. And any Black history that I learned, besides like, you know, George Washington Carver, in school, anything in school was around Dr. King. That's it. Yeah, like really. That's it. All right, you got callers on the live line. Caller, give us a call, 872-259-7474. Where do our kids get Black history from? What's up, caller?
Hi. Hi, Maze. This is B-Mo. This is Brenda.
Hey, B-Mo, how you feeling? You left us.
Oh, man. No, I actually relocated, Maze. So
I know.
My schedule is quite different.
Tennessee.
It's different, but I had to pop in to wish you a happy birthday, but I wanted to talk about that issue. The climate was different. You know, when I was a child, probably when you was a child, in the 80s where they didn't see as much as a threat to us because we were a small grassroots movement, right? And so it was really prevalent among schools to teach that. It was a part of our culture in schools, especially where there were a lot of African-American teachers. And so we got that. But fast forward to the year of 2022, or in this new millennium, our children aren't being taught that for the many strides and things that we've made as Black people. So they're trying to silence that. But the question is, who's teaching it? You're teaching it. You got to teach it. My children have been plopped into the very whitest part of Tennessee, where we only represent 30 students out of 758 students in their class that's primarily Caucasian, right? They weren't even having a Black history program, you see? They don't even acknowledge Black history. They don't acknowledge anybody's history outside of their own. But guess what? They got a Black Muslim in their school. So, yeah, they having a Black history program. Yeah, they don't have a whole month full of activities, right? Because I'm on the first DEI committee for diversity, equity, inclusion. So, yeah, those little 30 Black children, they're going to be represented hard and strong. So it's up to you to make a difference. It's up to you to teach your children. If you're looking for somebody else to teach your children, they won't. If they wouldn't teach you right, they're not going to treat you right. So I'm telling you, it's up to you, Maeve. It's up to all of us. Don't wait on them to do it. Make sure it's a part of your lifestyle at home. Thanks. I miss you guys.
Oh, we miss you too. Thank you. And Carrie said, that's my line sister. Chaos is everywhere. All right, man. Look, I'm just telling you, guys, you know what really drew this out of me? The Kendrick thing. Like, I feel like there's a hard line in the sand for, say, me and my generation on the issue of slavery. And I don't necessarily think that line is hard for younger people. I would tell you that, I know this is going to sound crazy, but seeing Roots at age 6 severely impacted my belief of slavery forever. I know Alex Haley and all the good stuff y'all want to tell me. But even watching that, like from the moment they got captured, when he left his family, right, when they was on that boat, when that girl was like, he need a bed warmer, when they gave him the choice of his foot or his Johnson, right? Like, putting all that together, like just watching him get caught when them slave catchers put the chains on him and he got caught in the net, and there's never going to be a point to me that you can make it a joke. I'm not gonna find any sick, and even if it was funny, it can't be funny. And that's why I'm asking this question. Like, who says this is our sacred history? This is the history. You know, like how Jake be like, we the people in the Bible. So if we believe, then I'm saying, if we do, like, there's got to be a reverence somewhere in our space for our history. Even you remember how I told you I was like, there was a time when almost you saw our struggle to dogs and everything else as almost embarrassing. You feel me? And there's a point when you get to a certain age and that becomes our strength. But there was nobody there to coax me through that or to coach me through it. It was through a series of trial and error and stumbling on that Steve Coakley. Excuse me. Stumbling on that Steve Coakley meeting at U of I. And I was like, what? Black people who? We did what? I know we made the peanut. I know we did, but like to know that we were leaders in every facet of, like, come on, man. I never heard of Black Wall Street. I didn't hear about Black Wall Street until maybe 15 years ago, if that. Like where it was, like I knew about Rosewood. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think I realized even the whole thing about Black Wall Street and them dropping bombs until I saw, what was the thing on HBO? Lovecraft, what was it? Witchcraft, what?
Lovecraft Country. Lovecraft
Country was only when I got the real perspective of what happened in Tulsa. And I don't want to be like when they say they was dropping bombs, I didn't realize they was actually dropping powder kegs and using airplanes. I thought it was just but they just went and had a mob and tore up some stuff and burned some stuff. I didn't know that it was a full-fledged, and I definitely didn't know it was because of black wealth. And so I feel like we walk around with our chest puffed. Watchmen too. But I feel like we walk around with our chest puffed out. Like, oh, I know black history. And I'm just telling you, I don't know that there is anyone that has told our children black history from the perspective of collectively from a sense of pride. Like, think about this. When you talk about the Holocaust, it's tragic, but it's a point of triumph, right? It's a rallying cry. It's a thing that they can point to that nobody can. You point to that, you touch that, you got a problem from the whole entire world. Who puts it all in perspective? Like, real talk. Who heard of Nat Turner? You heard of Nat Turner when you got grown. And if you heard of Nat Turner, and if you heard of anybody's slavery resistance, it was John Brown. Right? Because the Civil War was started over him and Harper's Ferry. And I think a lot of us right here on this space, you can look at YouTube, but do you think that our kids are looking at the history of, are they looking at the Chicago Wild videos of the mob stories of Chicago's greatest gangsters, or are they really looking at Eyes on the Prize? With the choice of media that our young people have, when are they forced to, the people that are here, y'all look at Tariq Nasheed and Ados and all that, but the people that are singing, the people that are leading our youth right now, who gave them their perspective? When I ask you, how many people know the Black National Anthem, be honest with yourself and say, how many people honestly know the words to the Black National Anthem? And I'm not saying that's a test of blackness, but is that a unifying like if you went to the I went to the Israeli consulate for an event one time, and bro, they broke out the Israeli national anthem, and like the whole joint just stopped and was like, da 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 da, and they was all like, and it was heartfelt, and it was their struggle, and it was like, even the kids, right? Like even the little kids were like, at this moment, at this point, we all know that this is our, and if you had any questions, Beulah, do they have to sing that Black National Anthem in school now? Do they? I would tell, I'm just asking, is there do we have an authenticated Black history book that says, okay, what are there who is must teach? Are there any figures in Black history that people must know besides Martin Luther King and Barack Obama? Oh, one of the millennials sent me and they said Black History Month now is Martin Luther King, Michael Jordan, and Obama.
How old is that person? Like, are they like
about 28, 25, 26.
20? Yeah, I guess that's what. So they like late, they like mid 90 babies or late 90 babies. So yeah, I could probably agree with that. Now, like growing up, 80s babies, like we definitely, it was always one teacher in there that just was on some wow Black power, like, you know, like it was always that one teacher that was like, I'm gonna teach y'all Black History Month. You gonna like, so, and that was, well, I guess like for us, so we actually learned it in school and everything, and then I don't know, I don't know, like school was a little different in the 90s. It was a little more Black power-ish a little bit, especially around Black History Month. I know, like for at least the schools that I went.
Who has Black History Month programs now, though? Like, do kids have Black History Month programs? Like, does your kindergartner be like, I'm Frederick Douglass, I'm Maya Angelou, I'm blah, 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 and I say that right? Like,
I hope so.
Okay, see? So, again, slavery wasn't that bad. Your kid come home talk about, man, please, I'm about to check out this Kendrick. I mean, you got to understand that, like, just listening to you and Ruthie the other day when y'all was like, man, I trust Kendrick. You trust Kendrick over the whole institution of slavery? You do? You trust him with you trusting this dude with two white boys to collaborate with two white boys with the history of slavery.
Maybe he think like you was a choice. So he's like, hey, well, if it's a choice, then, you know.
Hey, man, I'm saying, it was a choice. Give me liberty, give me death. But I want you to understand that's history, Riis. That's history. To white children, they are taught their history is freedom or death. We are taught freedom or slavery. I mean, slavery or death. Of course you choose slavery because death ain't an option. They're taught freedom or history. Their hero is it John Henry? That's not John Henry. All right, y'all. It's the Mace Jackson Show. When we come back, I'm going to talk about this award remap. When we come back, I'm going to also talk about the first congressional district race because more people have gotten into it. I'm going to talk about that at 8 o'clock. So if you want to hear about what's going on in the first congressional district, you don't have to watch us live at 8 o'clock. But right when we come back, Riis, we're going to talk about is Chuy Garcia really trying to control the map situation that's going on in city council? And those are shenanigans behind why we have a battle. And is this really the battle we're going to talk about it because this is really an interesting story. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
And now, traffic and weather.
What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. For the black people. 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 What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. For the black people. 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 For the black people.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media? This is Riis the Ruler. Coming to you at the time is now 7:35 a.m. with your traffic and weather reporters. Head on the traffic on the Kennedy now. O'Hare to the Loop is up to 43 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 23. On the Edens from Deerfield to the Exchange is 52 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield is still 27. While on the Eisenhower, things have gone up. So Thorndale to the Loop will be 62 minutes. Outbound to Thorndale just 32. While on the Stevenson, we got 53 minutes from I-355 to the Dan Ryan. And back will be 31 minutes, while on the Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 45 minutes, 35 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 27 minutes to the Loop while there's an accident, but it's 13 minutes to 95th. On Dul Sabo, Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 7 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 8. Randolph to Bryn Mawr will be 8, and Bryn Mawr to Randolph on the north side will be 9. Today's weather is still currently 37 and snowing. Today will be a high of 43 with a low of 28. I'm Riis the Ruler. Here's the Maze Jackson Show.
You are tuned in to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Come on, man, DJ Riis the Ruler. And Riis, I don't know if you have been paying attention, but right now in the city of Chicago, there is a battle over the ward map. We got callers? All right, well, let's go to the callers before we get up out of here. How many we got up there? We got one? Okay, caller, I'll take your call. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Where do our black children get black history from? What's up, caller?
Hey, good morning, Maze. This is Brother Joel Passmore.
What's up, Joel?
So, I don't know if you noticed, but, I'm a teacher, right? So, I spent like 20-some years teaching. First, I was teaching TV, then I was teaching English, and then now I teach special kids. And in addition to that, I got 3 kids that went to public school. So, but to answer your question, so they get it from school, if they have a black teacher, like going back when I was in school, because I went to black schools, our teacher used to have this book called Black Voices, and she used to pull it out. It was like a little book. Like, she didn't use the textbook. She had her own little book, and she used to pull it out and teach us different things about black artists and black writers and just all different things. And then we used to have like research projects where we had to like do stuff on our own, and then we would present it to the class. So that kind of gave you like, you know, a little bit. It wasn't just limited to what the teacher would teach you, you know. And then as a teacher, you know, I started doing the same thing. Like through literature, you could teach a lot of Black history. Because when I was teaching English, my favorite thing was Frederick Douglass. You know, so I use that like the Bible. I researched it, and we really got into it. And then through movies, I used to do I Know Why the Cage Birds Sing. I used to teach that. That's a lot of Black history with Maya Angelou. And then with my kids, I noticed by them, even when one of them went to a white school, they went to Disney Magnet, but they would have projects where they would have, like around Black History Month, they would have like they call walkthroughs, and everybody has to make an exhibit, you know. So the teacher might give you a general theme, and that was pretty knowledgeable. But to sum it up, though, when you go to me, in my opinion, when you go to a white school, for maybe because you feel that the education might be better or the curriculum, and you know you're gonna lose, especially if you go to the suburbs, you're gonna lose the Black history piece, okay? Because they're not gonna teach that. They feel real uncomfortable with that. Because now I work in a Hispanic school, and they don't like hearing about Black history at the Hispanic school. You know, they want to hear about their history. They don't realize that our history helped them to be here. So that's a problem. All right. But to answer your question, we got to do our own stuff, like through Freedom Schools. My kids used to go to Freedom School in the summer. It was like a little camp, but they had a lot of Black history in it, like the Jewish people do. And through church, you know, we get a lot of Black history in church. And then now the kids, they look up stuff. They get stuff through social media. Like, it's a lot of Black history on the internet and through social media. So they getting stuff from unlikely sources.
Right, like Kendrick.
But we can't depend on, you know what I'm saying? But we can't depend on white people to teach Black history, because certain white people will try to teach it. But you got a whole lot that refuse to teach it, and they just gonna skip over it and ignore it. Okay, and even when they mandated to teach it, they not gonna teach it. You know, they gonna really do the bare minimum. Okay, so it's you don't want to leave that to your kids.
Got it.
I mean, to your teachers. It's too precious, especially if you go to an all-white school. And then, made one last point, you got a backlash, right, where you got a lot of certain type of Black people that's embarrassed of Black history. And you got these new breed of administrators, they don't even want to have Black history assemblies no more in Black schools. So you know we got an internal problem too, though.
I'm with you on that. I gotta stop you right there, Joe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Thank you for your call. That was a good one. But again, okay, we got one more caller. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show. Caller, where do our kids get Black history?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, hi. Good morning. This is Katie.
Hey, Katie. Thank you. Thank you, Katie. You so nice.
Had a good time and learned some things Saturday.
I appreciate
it. Getting petitioners to sign.
How'd it go?
It was tremendous. It was tremendous. And going into Sip and Save was like, wow. It was on and popping in there.
And so did you get some good signatures for Carrie?
Oh, my God. People were so ready to sign. It was like all you had to do was to put it in their hands. It was just a wonderful experience. All the politicians was in there, the state senators, the judges, the sun was shining, the coffee was rolling. It was just a beautiful thing.
You know what, Katie? That's why you're gonna be You know we trying to get you on the exec board of the What's in it for the Black People First Party. So you know, just stay tuned because we gonna have you. You gonna be a boss in this. Talk to me. What's going on, Katie? Where do the babies get their Black history?
You know, we got to continue to push it because with this new America that we're coming in, I don't see good things for our children knowing their history. So we got to be on top of it. So in my area, I had to go and call the school and get in the school the vice safe because when they had the Mexican and the Hispanic day for the first time ever in our neighborhood down the street from me, I saw literature and pictures and scenery outside. This is Hispanic. So I called the school. I said, I've been here 20-something years. I've never seen Black stuff out there. Never. And so I said, what's going on? She said, well, the school is now 30% Hispanic. So, you know, this is what they want. I said, I better see some Black stuff in February. And come February, yesterday, I saw some Black stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
So we have to, because a new America, we had these new Blacks coming over here. They don't appreciate our history. They don't have the same spirit that we have for our history. We have the Mexicans and the other people coming over. They don't have it, you know. So we better teach our kids, and not only we got to push it up and teach it in many ways. In this new era that we live in with social media, we have to embrace all of that and teach everything, not just who did this, who did that, but how we were persecuted from A to Z. And we got to teach it in many, many different ways so our kids can be comfortable with it and be proud of it. Because I tell you, things is changing here. Things are changing.
Man,
thank you.
Katie, thank you for calling. You know, Katie moving into the top 10, yo. She done moved into the top 10. She done took over the phone club for Brother Frank. Since we might have to nominate Katie to be the president of the phone club. She called every single day. All right, Riis, is that it? Any other calls? All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I think that is the perfect segue as Marcus Rogers. What you doing watching us this morning? Anyway, Marcus said that's the perfect segue into the ward remap. Guys, things are happening right now that are going to impact our future forever in Chicago. Have you all been keeping up with the ward remap fight that is happening right now in City Council? Well, for the first time in history, Black folks are supposed to be in charge of the remap process. But it is a fight between what appears to be the Latinos and the whites that is jamming the Black map up. Does that make sense? So let me tell you, right now there is a battle that we are watching in the paper that is happening, paper news everywhere, between the Black caucus apparently and the Latino caucus as they fight and look to make who will be the new power brokers. Latinos are arguing for more wards because they're saying that their population is there. But Riis, there's actually another fight that I think we all need to be paying attention to in this map battle. Riis, quietly, Chuy Garcia has assumed the role of the Latino kingmaker. I think as we've seen it, he's won in locations throughout. I mean, he's won all around the area that he used to be exiled from. But now, Riis, Chuy Garcia, from behind the scenes, is apparently controlling the Latino battle. And really, Riis, this battle appears to be revolving really not around a fight between the Black and Latino caucus, but a fight between Chewy Garcia and the Southside White Irish. But for the Black Caucus to maintain their position of power, Riis, they've got to, what it appears to be keep backing the White Caucus. So let's back up. Chewy Garcia right now is interested in defeating Ed Burke. Right? Chewy Garcia is interested in defeating Ed Burke. He hasn't been able to beat him. And so what he wants to do is use the ward remap process to essentially map him out of his ward. To decrease, because Ed Burke wins his, if you pay attention, he's got a very low turnout ward, but he keeps a certain amount of police and fire precincts on the southwest side that always keep him elected regardless, and Chewy hasn't been able to unseat him. And so now what he is working to do is to utilize the remap process to unseat him, as well as to severely impact Mike Madigan's old ward. Now, I want you to also remember that Silvana Tabares, who is now also an alderman, sided against Madigan. And so there is a specific interest in protecting Silvana Tabares by giving her a significant portion of Ed Burke's ward and trying to weaken Ed Burke. So now the challenge is the Black Caucus has the votes to pass their map if they keep the alignment with the white folks. What they don't have, Riis, is the ability to beat a veto. And so essentially what's happening right now is the mayor, it's a two-step process. Let me back up. So essentially right now, the Black Caucus does not have, they cannot pass a map on their own, but they have the alignment of the white caucus or the whites as long as they don't throw Ed Burke under the bus. Because if they throw Ed Burke under the bus, then potentially the Latinos, the white people would leave the blacks and flip to the Latinos and then turn their backs on the black folks. So there's an alignment already happening. Now, Chewy Garcia in this fight recognizes that to get Ed Burke, he may have to take this map to a referendum. And so what he is doing right now, Riis, is trying to position the fight between the blacks and the Latinos, because they believe that if they go to a vote, to vote on the map, more people will side with the Latinos than they will with the blacks. But really the fight is about white wards. But playing the long game, the Latinos are willing to take it to the mat, really willing to go all the way to a referendum. Now, Riis, do y'all understand what a referendum is? The referendum would be that the Latinos put up a map, the black folk, and the city puts up a map, which would essentially be the black people's map. Okay? The Latinos, if they can't get their map, are willing to blow up the whole process and take it to a vote in the voting booth during the gubernatorial election. So we would be voting to say, do you want the black map or do you want the Latino map? The Latinos, even though they don't have a beef with us necessarily, they need to get, the Latinos want Ed Burke. So the real beef is about what's going on the southwest side, right? With Ed Burke, Silvana Tabares, Marty Quinn, all of that. They want to pillage that area. The white folks are with the black folks as long as they don't sacrifice any of the white folks. Does that make sense? So you like, no. It's tough. It is tough. And this is the whole sleight of hand. So really, the Latinos want more from the white people. They're not really trying to take it from the black people. But the white folks are saying, black folks, if y'all give us up, then all bets are off and we'll make our own deal. So now the black folks got to stick with the white folks, and the Latinos are like, if we take it to the voters, to the people, black people are so unpopular that if we position it as black versus Latino, even though it's really it's Latino versus white, more people will side with the Latinos than the blacks in the voter booth because nobody likes the black people. And so I know it seems very confusing, but it's really a crazy game. The Latinos want more from the whites. The whites say, black folks will stick with you, but you can't give up none of us.
See, it's that but.
Well, you can't give up, right. But it's like, if you stick with us, if we stick together, they can't win. They got to go to a campaign. If you don't stick with us, then we'll make a deal and we'll cut y'all ass out.
So he just explained our lose-lose situation.
Well, it's really not a lose-lose situation if we had the campaign team to go to the match. See, like, this could be a multi-million-dollar campaign and everybody could be making money. And I still believe that if it's a vote, black people still outweigh Latinos in the vote. Like, we still kick their ass when it comes to voting. Now, they might have the population, but they ain't got the voters. Because remember, they got all the undocumented. But if they get this thing done, then not only, this is the first step in a two-step process. So now they get the space, and then they pass the, what do I tell y'all? The undocumented voting in municipal elections, and they snatch the whole table.
See, now, so let's just say that we still get our stuff, and then we still get because I'm saying that the Latinos want more, right? They want more,
but they want it out of the white people,
right? Oh, but the whites like, hey, well, they gonna, I guess take from us, correct?
Huh?
You said so, like the whites like, I'm gonna stick with the black people, because it's gonna be like our land that they trying to like reach out, correct? Okay. So yes. My whole point is they're like, all right, so now the white people like, all right, now you stick with us and we ain't going to take it. So now my next question is, after we stick with them and we get our land, what are they going to do for, like, what's them from just saying, like, you know what, we just, all right, now since they ain't get it, and now let's see if we can get it from the black people too. Like, that's my whole thing.
Now it has to go. Now you locked in your spot. Like, once the vote happens, once it goes to referendum, everybody locked into their team. You either with the black people or you with the Latino people. Now, you really either with the Latino people or the white people, but the Latinos have changed the argument, so it's really you with the black people. And they feel like don't nobody ever want to be on the black people team. So they like, let's slap the black people in the place of the white folks. And then run against the black people, because that's who we want to run against. We don't want to run against the white people. We know we believe we can kick black people's butts. So again, Chuy Garcia right now is really controlling this from the back end. And the crazy part is, the chairman of the Latino caucus, my man Gil Villegas, is leading the charge. Because why? Because Riis, he's running for Congress. And he's running for Congress in the newly created congressional district. And so he's trying to get the endorsement of Chuy Garcia, who is right now probably the most significant Latino congressman in the country. So Gil is like, we'll go all in against the black folks. Because he's playing for, because remember, Gil and Chuy are different. They're different groups, right? Gil is northwest side. Chuy is southwest side, right? So Gil comes from where Louis Gutierrez was. But remember, when Louis stepped down, and then Chuy became the king of the Latinos, right? And since then, remember we saw the press conference when all the other Latinos came in and bowed down, and they had that press conference and said, we all sticking together, even though we come from different factions. That was the uniting of the favelas. That was everybody taking the knee to Chuy and being like, okay, you the boss of bosses now. And then behind the scenes, you have the other players who are saying, man, right now we can take the black folks out, but we cannot be perceived as going to war with the good white folks because Latinos are closer to white than black. And so they believe in their mind that when this vote goes to a referendum and you put it, the black people want a map or the Latinos want a map, they believe that white folks will side with the Latinos. All the while, the real battle is for Chewy to take the Southwest side and to protect Silvana Tabares, who crossed Madigan. So essentially what they're trying to do is the Latinos are trying to kill their enemies and use us as the leverage to do it. And that's why we have meetings on Saturdays, because while we're doing that, our guys are somewhere kicking it. Hey, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I got callers. You're on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, caller? Oh, and let me say, hold on. Before you go, Byron, hold on 1 second, my man. I'm happy to hear from you. Hold on. Let me say thank you to everybody from WBGX 1570 who is tuning in. If you want to keep up with this conversation, please tune in to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. We are going to keep this thing going all the way to 8:30. I'm bouncing out of here at that time. But, hey, Byron, what's up, dog?
All I got to say is I always tell you, you got to do what's best interest of the community. They're coming for us. I don't have to say who they are. They're coming for us. We need to stop calling people racist and all that kind of nonsense. We got to do what's best interest for us. And if they're coming for us, we got to start dealing with other folks, aligning with other folks to stop them from coming from us. They can take everything else and put us out of the city. They are going to put us out of the city. So we have to align with the white folks for the long game. Let's make a deal with them. Let's make a deal on votes. Let's make a deal on immigration. Let's make a deal with them now, because later we may not be able to do it because they can be taken out. You see what I'm saying? Let's make the deal now with them. Stop calling them racist and all that nonsense. We've been doing it all these years. We ain't getting nothing for that. Let's make deals to get our community the most we can get for them. So I think you're right. It's a great game. I like the way you analyzed it and broke it down today. It's a tough call, though. It's a tough call, but we got to play the long game. They're coming for us. As you see in our neighborhoods, they're coming for our neighborhoods. And in 10 to 15 years, we won't be here if we let them get control now. Let's make it longer. Do you agree or not agree? I know it's a tough call.
No, brother. Let me say this. I agree. What's driving me nuts, though, what drives me nuts is how they're able to flip this, because they know that people don't like. What's crazy to me is this is not our fight, but it's been positioned as our fight, right? So, and we stuck in between the rock and the hard place. I agree, Byron. We got to stick with the white folks on this one, because the Latinos in this space, they're not trying to take from the white folks. They really trying to take from us. Chewy is just trying to consolidate his kingdom, right? He wants to take out all resistance and own the Southwest side across the thing. My thing is, if you give him that, though, it's sort of like, then the next thing is he's going to take the 18th ward, right? Then he's going to be trying to come to 21, right? He's going to start moving further and further west. And so my challenge becomes, if we know Chewy is trying to push this from the back, remember they was holding the census meetings at the Urban League? Think about they made the plan to whack us at the Urban League. And again, this is and here's the crazy part, right? Like with the current coalition that exists between the Black Caucus and the White Caucus, they could pass the map of the city. And let me be clear, the city map is the same map as the Black Caucus map. And what I got to stop doing this. I got to start saying the city map, because the city map is what the Black Caucus is supporting. The Latino Caucus is not supporting the city map, right? So the city has the votes to pass the city map. They don't have the votes to have a override. So Mayor Lightfoot essentially is going to have to decide if she will veto the city's map. So will she veto the map that her own self-appointed committee chairman put in place? who is her allegiance to, blacks or Latinos? Because this could be over if the mayor doesn't veto it, right? If the mayor allows it to pass on a simple majority. And so my question then becomes, if she vetoes it, is she betting on the Latinos over the black folks?
Of course. But Mace,
Yo,
if we align with the white folks, they are gonna go out and publicize that this is the map we want. See, so if it goes to referendum, the white folks gonna come out and say, "Hey, this is our map. We want you all to vote for our map." Who's gonna win against white folks lobbying for themselves?
so here's the crazy part, Byron. Like, with the exception of like 3 people, the white folks don't lose either way, right? Like the white folks, because all they want to do, they'll give up Ed Burke. Like the whole premise is Ed Burke can break up the coalition. Yeah, man, it's we between a rock and a hard place.
I don't think so, but they can try to keep Ed Burke. I'm telling you, Ed Burke got clout. Even those white wars, I'm telling you, those.
That's why they can't break up. That's why they can't cut the deal, because Ed Burke.
We need to work with them. We need to make a deal with them because
the deal is already made with them. Hey, the deal is already with them. The challenge now is we don't have enough votes to get over to beat an override, to beat a mayoral veto, right? And that's where the Latinos are pushing us to the edge.
Let's go to the edge and let's go to the referendum. I'm saying if it goes to referendum and do the governor's race, if white folks come out and tell them this is our map, the city map, that's who the white folks gonna go with. I'm telling you that.
Okay. But
and Hispanics ain't got that much voting power. I mean, there are lots of Hispanics, but do you think all of them can come out and vote? But if we get our black folks together to get out, and the white folks get their white folks to get out, we can get them.
Okay.
We have to get them. We have to coalesce with the people who can set us ahead, not push us back. The Hispanics that come to get us, they're wiping us out little by little every damn day, and these black folks just don't seem to get it.
Man.
But anyway, it's a beautiful day.
Not for long. Thanks, Byron.
Tell Riis.
Go ahead. Tell him. See, that go quick. Riis, hey, see, Byron, you trying to flip to Riis, and he hung up on you. I was about to have you go ahead and say your thing. But go ahead. You be Team Riis. All right, we got one more caller. Call you on the Mace Jackson Show.
Yo, good morning. Good morning. What's going on, family? What's
Devo,
happening?
what's up, dog? It is Devin, Vice President of What's in it for the Black People, and my main man at the Black People First Party. What's going on, Devin?
Hey, bro. Happy belated birthday. Shout out to you on that. Salute to you, big dog. And other than that, man, I wanted to disagree with Byron on a whole nother type of thing. We'll hold that conversation another day. But I think we just go to the door with it and make the mayor commit to either black women or the other people. And then if she backdoor the black women, then everybody be down with black first anyway. But my concern is, you bring us this information every day, and I'm concerned about the people that don't do the talking. You know what I'm saying? Legislators, if you can hear me, you need to be saying the same stuff that Mays is saying. He's putting his neck on the line for you, and you all backdoor him and disparage him and crap on him. And when y'all crap on him, we gonna come and get y'all. So if y'all leave him out to dry, we gonna come for you. So if you don't make your way to the Mays Jackson Show and communicate to us, don't ask us for no help when them people come for you, because we gonna protect us. We not protecting y'all fish riders no more. That's over with. I'm out, man. I'm tired of this, bro. Where are these people that need to do the talking? You talk for them. They are cowards. Jason Irvin can come on here and talk about how many chicken dinners his grandmother made for him. He can come and talk about this map. All of these people. I'm out.
Man, thank you, Devin. Maybe I need to do a better job of reaching out, I guess. All I'm saying is, y'all, do y'all see why, like, in a case like this, the ability to vote in municipal elections is so important? Can you imagine if in this election cycle, this goes to a referendum and all the undocumented immigrants could vote in a municipal election? This is a municipal election. Remember when they stopped the elected school board until we allowed undocumented immigrants to vote in the school boards? What you think gonna happen when they vote and decide whether we gonna have Black History, or if we're gonna continue to have Black History Month programs? Probably gonna forget, huh? Think about that. Like, these are all what y'all, I mean, I'm just saying, yo. I feel like I don't want to say Noah, but I promise y'all, do y'all understand that a rain is coming? I really don't think everybody understands the gravity of, like, all of these plays are being run right now. When we talking about the Voting Rights Act, to vote ourselves all the way out, it's tough, man. It's tough to even talk about this stuff, only because, you know, it's like, should I just move to Texas? Right? Like, we getting ran, and it's like, I don't know how. Like, I used to love I Told You So until the I Told You So's kicked me in the ass. Right? Like, it's cool to be right, but it's not. And I'm not going to go as far as Devin. I'll leave that up to y'all. But I am saying, like, yo, cuz it's real out here. And these people are coming for us, and they are trying to take us piece by piece. Piece by piece by piece. And it's like, we just be, when I ask you who taught your kid Black history, right? I mean, there's going to be a point when black people was like, black people used to live here. We are the Black history of Chicago. Just think about that in 10 years. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Any other callers on that? All right, I'm going to move on. One more caller? Okay, let me take this call. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Bob Israel.
What's up, Israel?
Oh, they telling me to leave. Hey, stop, man. I need to meet Byron. Can you set up a meeting with me and Byron, man? And hey, tell Reis, man, I was looking for him, man. Trump Nation, I was looking for him this weekend.
See, Reis beat, man, you can't beat, man. See, Reis got his own fan club.
Hey,
He too busy pouting. He be pouting, man.
Go, Trump Nation.
Trump Nation.
Trump
Reis,
Nation,
man, I was
let's
looking
go.
for South Dorothy. I mean, not Dorothy. What's the girl name? Ruthie.
Yep.
I was with Ruthie this weekend, so we black first. Black. Trump said black more than Barack Obama probably ever said in his life.
Yeah, man.
Hello?
Reis, so I'm here. You talking to Reis. Go ahead, man.
Oh, okay. What's up, man? Hey, and I'm understanding on you too, mate. You know, man, you got some conversations and all that. But I came out of retirement the other day with you, man. You know, I ain't been doing no politics lately. And they don't hit me again. Politics.
I need you, man. I need
all
you.
All type of tricks going on out here.
Well, we got to stop these tricks and get this thing right. Get these boy on the stroll.
Yeah, Yahweh want me to come out and stop them devils, man. There's a bunch of devils in that industry. Politics. Satan himself controls it. But the Democratic Party imploded, and the Republicans owed us big time.
Uh-oh.
So what we going to do? I'm an independent Israelite. Independent Israelite voter. Because, you know, independent Israelite. So I be teasing people that Trump Nation jump, but I had to go at, man, I was with you, man, against that Green Party stuff, man. Man, you know I got a lot of love for you, man. Stop it.
I appreciate you, Israel.
Yahweh got us in to make the noise. Shalom, peace.
Shalom, my brother. All right. You got more callers? Callers, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What we got? It's like, what do we do? Remember remember that time when they was saying how they was being disrespectful in the meetings to Alderman Michelle Harris? And we saw the letter in the paper. right? It's like, I really feel like like Riis, you be like, you don't want to get in it, but you need to get in it. Like, like when somebody be talking smack about you, and you be like, man, but you can't let them get whooped. Because if they get whooped, we get whooped. Caller, what's up? It's the Maze Jackson Show.
Hey, what's up, Maze? How you doing, bro?
All right.
Yeah, man, I'm just upset because I don't understand how in this city and state we can have so many black elected officials and all this be going on. You know what I mean? You saying how the Hispanic community is coming for us, which I totally agree. But we have lieutenant governor, attorney general, mayor, all them is up to Washington, and nothing is getting done. And these guys and these women are all sitting back, letting this happen. And we just keep electing them. I think we need some type of watchdog group that the community should support and back to give basically whatever vote, watch every black elected official in the state, and every vote they make, every decision they make, report to the black community when election times come, so we can stop voting in these same incompetent people. What do you think?
So I feel like that sounds good, and I think it's all of that. But I feel like until you feel like the pain of what's going on, it's got to be the motivator. Because I don't know that a report card. I mean, you can look around and see what the report card is. I think we all kind of know what the problem is, and that's more paper to read. It is, are we organized in a way that allows us to influence our own vote base, which is why we have the Black People First Party, which is why we're organizing, right? You got to organize your community, and your community has to speak in one voice. Let me also tell you that this is one of the, because there is no Madigan right now, which is why this what's in it for the the Black People First Party is so important, is because it teaches us how to organize politically to make that physical change. What they count on is us being disorganized. And I do agree with,
you know what, man?
Go ahead. Yes.
I'm sorry, brother. I didn't know I didn't know we had that party forming. I've been wanting a party like that for years. Even when you used to be on WBON, since you moved, I haven't been able to hear you as much. Some told me to just tune in today. But man, bro, if that's being implemented, I'm definitely down for that. I stay in the Bronzeville area. I own a home, and I see the transformation. I see what's going on. You know what I mean? It's not right. And black folks need to organize. We need to start leveraging our vote instead of just giving it away.
So can I tell you, on every Saturday at 10 o'clock at 2907 South Wabash, we are organizing and we are building our own political army, right? I will tell you that the meeting that we had this Saturday, we had one this Saturday, it was bigger than any, with the exception of maybe the 27th Ward and Thornton Township, bigger than any political meeting that I've been to from any political organization. And I'm going to say that if we can get brothers like yourself to keep being involved, and it's like, I don't need you every weekend, but you got to learn how to organize your community in a way that we can all be supportive. It is happening. Like the Black People First Party is actually happening. We're already organizing. Man, we out on the streets. Like, we getting ready to take advantage of this time, because I'm going to tell y'all something. Pay attention to right now, like what's happening. Thank you, caller. I want y'all to pay attention to how hard it is for these people to get signatures and petitions, and now they asking you to come to their events, to come meet them instead of you coming to them coming to you. It's because it's a whole new world right now, and there is an opportunity for black people to take advantage of the business. Now, my friends tell me that there are other players involved in what's going on in this ward remap piece. And I think we got to do some investigation. Because my thought is that so here's the craziest part, guys. I want y'all to recognize that there was a time when all of the players that are working on the Latino side were against each other, right? You had HDO, you had the traditional Latinos, and then you had the Northwest side Puerto Ricans. And there was a battle for the kingship. For a long time, that battle was between Luis Gutierrez and Vic Reyes, right? You saw Louis bow out of the game. You saw Chewy, in my estimation, ascend to the throne. And now you look at all of the other people have gathered underneath Chewy for one goal: to take from us. Or let me back up, to use us to take what they want. And they got a masterful team that spent years and years doing it with our own people. Guys, we cannot get played. We cannot get played in this map thing. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm not going to take a break because I got to break out of here in a minute. But I do want to talk just a little bit before I go about what's going on in the 1st Congressional District. I don't know if you all saw this. First of all, this race is now getting officially off the chain. So in the 1st Congressional District race, that's the race to replace Bobby Rush. I said that race has gotten more crowdeder. I don't want to protect Burke. I'm saying that why y'all trying to use the black people to do y'all dirty work? You want to get rid of Burke, get rid of Burke. Beat him. But like don't position the black folks. Right? It's like everybody can take a shot at black folks and they want to use us as the opportunity. Let me go on. Let me move forward. 1st Congressional District. The race to replace Bobby Rush. Did you hear that Jonathan Jackson has now officially filed paperwork for the Federal Election Commission? Jonathan Swain has also filled out for the Federal Election Commission. We already had in that race Jamal Cole, Alderman Pat Dow. Apparently, Jackie Collins is circulating for that position as well. Amina Matthews, and I believe there's somebody else that is circulating for that as well. Riis, Jonathan Jackson gets in the race, man. Son of Jesse Jackson, brother of Jesse Jackson Jr., national figure, Operation Push. He makes a big splash, but does he have the ability to get it? Now, I'm going to tell you, with the number of people in this race, I got to tell you that this is, first of all, if you've ever been in politics and you've heard a phrase called the more the merrier, I think this race is becoming a more the merrier race, and the more the merrier seems to benefit, in my estimation, the candidate with the most cash, the most name recognition, and the ability to build a base. Riis, as I'm watching this thing unfold, it seems to me that the entrance of Jonathan Jackson into the race only furthers Alderman Pat Dow. It makes, to me, Alderman Pat Dow seems now to be in an interesting place because she already has money, which will allow her to increase her name recognition and to increase her base. Now, Riis, the only proven vote getters in the race right now are Dow. Let me see. Who do we got in there? We got Alderman Dow is a proven vote getter. I think Jackie Collins has run in that district, and so she's gotten votes and she's won. But I would tell you, Riis, that Jonathan Jackson getting in the race, along with Jonathan Swain, seems to create a better opportunity for Dow. Now, what I also got to think about is Karen Norrington Reeves, who is being endorsed by Bobby Rush. Now, how much weight do you think Bobby Rush's endorsement will carry as it relates to getting her over the top? I got to say right now, the two front runners in my estimation, if I was looking at cash, name recognition, and the ability to build the base, I feel like that's going to go to Dow or Jonathan Jackson. I don't know that Jonathan Jackson has the money, but I feel like he could raise money nationally if he can find a fundraiser, right? Let's start. So let's look at, does Karen Norrington Reeves have cash? Does Jamal Cole have cash? I think Jamal Cole can raise money, but I'm going to tell you, I think that with all of these entries into the race, Jamal Cole has been pushed way down. My initial assessment of his campaign, I've not even really seen it since all of the splash. Now, he is probably out getting signatures, etc., and the signature process will be a lot to tell. But I got to say right now, so Pat Dow probably has an existing political organization, right? She's got some experienced people that know how to go out and get petitions. The number of petitions is really low. So I would say she's got somewhat of an organization or a base. I would also say she's gotten votes because she's been elected alderman in that area 3 times, plus all of those high rises. And then I would say, she also, money. She's got all those developers and all of those people in that area over there. She's already got a cash lead. I think Jonathan Jackson can raise money nationally. I think he has the base of Operation Push, what's left, but he's got plenty of name recognition. Cassandra, you're saying Jackie Collins, and I while I recognize Jackie Collins, I would look and see how prolific of a fundraiser has she been, and I think about her difficulty in getting signatures to get on the ballot and having to get Don Harmon to come help her. Now, I think the Senate president will help his candidate, and he will help her get the signatures and raise money, but I don't know how formidable of a candidate she will be. I want to talk to all of them, though, right? I want to talk to everybody because I want to hear what they got to say. But I think this race just got a little bit more complicated. Jonathan Swain, owner of Kimbark Liquors, as well as on the board of election commissioners. So I got to say, he's got the money. I don't know about the name recognition. And I think as the owner of the Hyde Park Brewfest, it may provide him with a base, a collective base out of the Hyde Park area. But it does seem that this race is getting more and more complicated. Don't forget Amina Matthews is running as well. She has a grassroots base. But I am curious to know how you think this turns out. This race is off the chain. So many people.
I was just going to ask you, what percentage do you think you probably need to secure victory just with all the names in there?
I think, so let's say it's a simple majority, right? So with, right now, what do we got? 6 people in the race? What's 100 divided by 6? 21.
She said about about 17.
Okay.
Because 20 is 5.
So 17%. Okay, Michael Thompson, right? That's the one there's other people. If you know names that are, but again, the more the number goes, the more the number goes up of candidates, the less percentage you need to win, which is why I say the more the merrier. For Pat, what you want to look at now is, what is the number of total votes? What is the total number of votes cast in the last election, right? Taking into consideration that now the district is moved. But what you want to do is look at the total number of votes cast. Then you want to divide that by the number of candidates, right? Then what you want to do is look at the number of historical votes that people have gotten in that congressional district with their current elections. So I would look at how many votes did Pat Dow get in the 3rd Ward? Is the 3rd Ward completely in the congressional district? How many votes? And that's where I start with as her base, right? And then you look at Jackie Collins. And Jackie Collins is probably on the southwest side over in that Father Flagler area. So you look at her, you look at how many historic votes she's got in that area over the last 3 elections, and you say, bam, that's her base. Then you look at Jonathan Jackson, and you got to kind of guesstimate, right? You got to say, well, he's got his dad is Jesse Jackson. He's got, right? And you sit down, and you try and give him projection, and you say, okay, the Operation Push footprint is here, et cetera, right? And you start looking at each one of those, and then, Reese, you start to see who's already gotten. And I think that the challenge right now for everybody here, and this is part of the reason that I think Dow goes to the top, and I could actually say, I could see you saying Jackie Collins, Cassandra, is that they're both black women, both proven vote getters, right? And so they've had to go out and campaign. They've had to earn votes. I think and they've got a head start. I would love to, I think we'll see a lot over the next 2 to 3 weeks when it comes to these other candidates, right? I think Jamal Cole will get the signatures that he needs. I think all of the people, for the most part, will get the signatures that they need to get on the ballot. I do think some people will be challenged. I do think some people will be knocked off. If I'm Pat Dow, though, the more the merrier. Keep on getting in. The more men, the more even women outside of her area locks her air. She's got to prove it. So I'm not campaigning for her. I'm just saying the more I look at this race. Now I'm underestimating. I don't want to say underestimating Karen Norrington Reeves, but I'm not exactly sure what her base is. Right? Like, you know that you can pretty much guarantee that if they voted for Dow before, they probably will vote for her again. Right? I don't know how to judge these other candidates. So basically, I project the number for the 2 proven vote getters in the area, take their votes out of the area, and then you start to divide the rest of the votes up by the candidates that are in there, and then that's how you know. But the simple math is, Reese, you just divide the number by how many candidates, the number of votes by the number of candidates, and then you say that's the percentage. So you could literally win. Like, think about it. Lori Lightfoot won the mayor with 13%. And then you got to pay attention. You got to know how many people are in. I don't know that every person in the race is in the race to win. Does that make sense? So I'm not going to trip, but I do think that, say for instance, Jonathan Swain and Jonathan Jackson are going to be pulling out of the same base, right? They're both Generation X. They're both intellectual. They're both, right, black men. So I wonder a lot of times, do they cannibalize each other? So it'll be interesting to see. I'm going to just tell y'all, though, this congressional race is going to be something else. Something to watch. Look, y'all, I got to get out of here a little early today. Shout out to YouTube. 210 live viewers. Facebook, they leaving y'all. And 144 ain't bad. But they mollywhopping you. I might have to turn into a YouTube star. I might go places. Yo, this race is going to be a mess. But this whole election cycle, man, if you getting petitions, if you out there circulating, shout out to everybody that is part of the first Black People First political party. Come on down this week. Come get your petitions. Don't forget our Saturday meeting, 10 o'clock, 2907 South Wabash. Reese, you got anything? You good? What you got, man, before we get up out of here?
No, I'm good, man. About to go send my son some money. I had to make him sweat it out, man. I told me I'd at least try to like get a job, man. Told him that. Then the next day he still asked for like money. So, but now I'm gonna send it to him. My daughter, man, she had all A's, man. That's like the good child. I could see that she gonna be one of them child that get all the grades and then like ask you for anything because she like, well, I got all A's, so proud of her. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, it's good, man. I'm glad to be back. I'm finna go get some salt early. Like as soon as I leave here, I'm finna go and buy me some salt. Throw some salt on my stairs already. I ain't even gonna play around with it because I know it's gonna hit. But yeah, man, y'all stay warm out there.
Hey, man. Shout out to Willie Preston, who has been digging us out. Shout out to New Era Chicago. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. Hey, tomorrow we got Kiana Barber, WDB Marketing. They got a big event coming up. So she's going to tell us a little bit about that. We're going to be media sponsors of it. How about that? I feel all honored. We finally been invited. It is the Maze Jackson Show, though. I got to go out here and do my civic duty and hate these people. And I did not pack a lunch today.
Do you still be talking in there?
Yep. I still be. Excuse me.
They probably say the same thing.
I do. I hope they do. It'd be funny when we get on the elevator. Because I'd be like, you're touching me. You're too close. You know, Reese, I could do let me tell you, if there's anything I could do, it's the attitude. Look, it is the Maze Jackson Show. I got to get up out of here. So for Maze and Reese, and sometimes Ruthie, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? If you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm the